Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Tina from tinaheals.com. And if you have a Taurus ascendant, a Taurus moon, and a Taurus sun, then welcome, welcome, welcome. Triple Venus, triple Taurus, this is your video. Alright, so let us understand the ascendant sun moon, and then I will bring together the whole story when I speak about Taurus. So the ascendant is the degree of the zodiac rising on the eastern side of the horizon at the moment of your birth. And the sign on which it falls is your rising sign. So this is how your soul gets plugged into the matrix. This is the first point of touch your soul makes with the 3D. This is your physical body. This is how the world perceives you. When you walk into a room, the world sees the Venusian Taurus inside of you. Because here you are triple Taurus. So of course they see Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. But otherwise, the ascendant is how the world perceives you, how you gesture, how you behave, even your health, how you look is the ascendant. Okay, so having a Taurus ascendant, you are very Venusian. Okay, you have to look at the placement of Venus in your natal chart, because here you have your ascendant degree, sun, moon, depending on whichever houses. If you take whole sign houses, then your first house. Okay, you have whole sign houses are where each sign is each house. So you have Taurus as where you have your sun, moon, ascendant. If not in a conjunction, usually astrologers take up to 17 degrees in a wide conjunction. But even though if they are not conjunct and they are like say 27 degrees apart, but still they are in the same sign. So this makes you very, very Taurian, very Venusian. So for you to understand Venus by whether you have a day chart, you have a night chart, whether you have, the placement of Venus by sign, by house, the aspects, and all of that you have to see. You have to see how Venus plays out in your chart, because Venus is a 5-petal pentagram through which Taurians experience reality. And you have to understand that Taurus is the second sign of the zodiac, fixed earth, night sign, cold and hard. Okay, and this is womb energy, so you're very fertile. You have to take into consideration you have an exalted moon, so you have a very fertile energy. So if pregnancy is not something you're looking at, keep that in mind. Okay, now Taurus is archetype of the builder, and they like to root, and they like to root deep, deep, deep underground. Okay, this is the sign that deals with agriculture. It also deals with the physical body. Okay, so the soul enters Aries with a mini Big Bang and then comes into Taurus to find itself. Okay, this is me. Okay, this is the earth. This is food. Okay, so this is the Taurus energy kicking in, experiencing life through the 5 senses. Touch. That's why Taurus is very tactile. They love touching everything. Since you have so much Taurus, if you see something that appeals, you want to touch it. Very tactile. You want to taste it. Okay, we have a sweet tooth for sure, because Venus is everything sweet. And if you have that Venus on top of your moon, then bam. Taurus is essentially about consolidation. Again, dealing with finances, banking, arts and craft as well, religious ceremonies as well. Okay, so Taurus is where the soul finds stability, because this is fixed. So there is this non-changeable side to Taurus. Okay, it's not very easily shiftable. It stays in a situation for a long time. It is not quick moving, swift moving like Aries. It takes its time. Think of the glyph of Taurus, the bull. Slowly but surely the bull will complete its tasks, because that is what it has set out to do. They have a very fixed mentality, very temperamental, moody, can be very stubborn. Very, very stubborn. They like to control Taurians in a relationship. Okay, and because they're so into rooting, they love the damsel in distress, so they can rescue someone and help them root. The women also oftentimes want to play the damsel in distress to be rescued, and they want to root. The princess archetype, I think, plays out heavily with Taurus moon in exaltation. Okay, very involved with the world and materialism, of course, because this is Venus. So Venus wants all things that are sweet, all things that are, good, luxury clothes, very into what they put in their mouth. And this can be because of emotion that exalted moon. And moon oftentimes, I mean, any planet, although it is in an exalted state, does not function optimally, perfectly all the time. It could be that the exalted moon in Taurus is giving into excesses. Okay, and the first house, the house of your body. So having an exalted moon in Taurus, you're very beautiful. And if you have Venus there, bam, you're like the epitome of a classically beautiful person. Okay, you understand the harmony of form and you know how to dress that form. Taurus is about appreciation of the forms in nature. Okay, definitely. Now with Uranus and Taurus, your life is changing because the moon is your emotions. The moon is a very private part of you. The ascendant, as I said, is the Jungian mask you wear to interface with society and how the world perceives you. But when the moon is who you are when the mask comes off and no one is looking, when you're vulnerable. It is your moods, your emotions, your connectivity, your emotive fluidity. It is your mother and women around you, your childhood, all the habit patterns that you have. The moon is a very intimate side of you. It is a yin component, okay? And moon does superbly in Taurus. She's very amazingly friendly to Venus. Moon is fluctuating so heavily every day that in Taurus she finds a rooting. Okay, a sort of a rooting that she finds in Taurus. I think thereby she's very exalted. So definitely that. Engage with the five senses. Even for your emotions, you need to engage with your senses. You like to take it slow and steady in bed. You want a partner who's very beautiful. The moon is who we will marry. Okay, and here you have the sun also. So it's very a lot of fixed energy. So you're very temperamental, stubborn, very Taurian. But if you manage to work with that, you are very artistic and very creative. Taurus loves to cook. They love to invite people over. They have a beautiful home, beautiful clothes, and they want to feed people, all their cooked food. And they take their time to cook, and they like to feed people. Okay, it is not some, you come, I'll order from a good restaurant and we'll eat. They do that too. But tons of Taurians I've seen, they love to cook and they love to be fed. So yes, a Taurian man's heart or woman's heart is through his stomach in many ways. And this can be detrimental as well because they get so hooked to eating that they can put on weight, and it's very difficult for Taurus to lose that weight. Very difficult. Love gifts, love giving, love receiving gifts, but they do not like surprises. So don't throw surprises at them. That's something with the Taurian energy. They like to plan everything. That's where the control and the whole power issue comes in. Okay, Venus is what seduces us into incarnation. So if you get too caught up in the Venusian, then you're just living life through five senses and you're embroiled in the 3D world. There is no upliftment for you. But Taurus is not just that. Taurus is also about spirituality. Think of the fixed star Aldebaran. It is in the third eye of the bull, and that is the awakening of consciousness. And you also have in the Vedic system, Taurus is the Pleiades constellation is linked to Kritika, or the seven mystical sisters that bring information, mystical information to the physical world. So you see how Taurus is not just physical, right? So having your moon in Taurus, you're very emotionally vested with things that are beautiful and also wanting to look beautiful. Okay, and being emotionally satisfied when there is enough money, or when there is enough stability and functionality. If you feel like you don't have what you need, and need is huge because you want everything, so that could be problematic for you. If you just live in the Venusian realms and you do not think of upliftment. Okay, the sun is again our father, the moon is our mother. The sun is how we shine, the healthy sense of I am. So having your sun in Taurus, you definitely want to come across as someone who's responsible, as someone who's has endurance, as someone who's fixed and settled, not someone who's erratic and going haywire and flipping out. But you're more emotional than the other Taurians because you have that moon, exalted moon, conjunct your sun, conjunct your ascendant degree, maybe or widely conjunct, at least they're in the same sign. So they are all vibing off this Taurian energy of, just tactile bliss is what I call it. Taurus is embodiment to me ultimately. That is what your triple Taurus is asking you to do. Yes, it is about building, it is about rooting, it is about consolidation, banking, money, arts, crafts, beauty, cinema as well. But ultimately, Taurus is about the soul's embodiment in the physical body. And that is something you've got to understand and establish a deep connection with your physical body. Taurus rules the throat, and having a triple Taurus, you have a beautiful voice. Okay, in your first house, beautiful voice, attractive. People love to listen to you. Problematic Venus could mean thyroid issues. And again, you put on that weight because of thyroid issues. It's not easy to lose it, okay? You can hold grudges for very long, and there's a decadent and hedonistic side to Taurus. And being a triple Taurus, I warn you about this, okay, in a friendly way, that do not get enmeshed into just the pleasures of the material world. Okay, this is one of the biggest things Taurus needs to figure out. Okay, not to get enmeshed in the physical world. There's not the be all and end all of reality. And very fertile nocturnal Venus energy, so always keep that in mind. Okay, you guys don't like anything that basically pushes you out of your comfort zone. That's something with Taurus. And also the moon in Taurus can get very insecure if they're suddenly pushed out of their comfort zone, or even if their partner loses their money, okay, loses his money or her money, then they can feel very, very demotivated. Money, cars, houses, nice clothes. Yes, this is an important part of Taurian life because it is Venus, okay, and Venus is our desire principle. It is what we desire. So having such a strong Venusian signature, it means you desire things, okay? But desire can be low vibrating desire or high vibrating desire, spiritual aspirations. I told you Aldebaran and the awakening of the bullseye. Okay, Aldebaran is a red fixed star in the constellation of Taurus. So that is something, rise above this and embody the principle of beauty and harmony in form. And always, when you're feeling too out of it, ground yourself with nature. Being with nature, being outside, being near mountains, being near a green meadow, okay, you feel connected to the earth, because this is a sign that needs that connection with the earth. You're totally the archetype of the builder. And let me know what you've managed to build, because this is such an interesting combination with so much beauty, such grace, such dignity, and that beautiful voice. Book a reading, leave me a comment, interact with me. It means so much. And speak soon. Bye.